Hello, fellow traders. Nutty Bar Trading coming to you on a Saturday, June the 24th. Hope you're all having a great weekend. In today's video, I just want to review my accounts, kind of do a weekly review. I also have an update. I have an update on my accounts, my funded accounts. I discovered something last night that I want to update you guys on. Again, it is very important to me that I'm fully transparent on this channel and fully transparent with you guys. So that is part of that. So also, we might talk a little bit about being transparent later on in this video. So stay tuned. Just kind of why I feel like it is important for me to be fully transparent. And then I'm also going to talk a little bit more about why I created this channel. And kind of the reasoning behind it. I feel like, I don't know. I just feel like I need to address that. But first and foremost, I just want to point out something I discovered last night. So last night in one of the comments in the video on the summary report last night, someone asked the question of how many accounts I have remaining. And in my head, I thought I was like, it should be 15. And I was actually in front of my computer at the time, so I just went and counted the accounts, but I only came up with 14. I was a little bit confused, like what am I missing? So I went back and went through my emails, in my junk emails, and just went through all my Apex emails, and I discovered that on Wednesday, let's just open this. Again, if this is your first time, if you didn't see the summary report on this trade, I'm not going to spend a lot of time on it, but it was a very, very bad idea. I had this thought that I could quickly get into 2 micro trades on all my accounts, and just basically my plan was to kind of get a trading day on that day. Because I was on vacation, we were just ready to head home. I just wanted to have a traded day on that day, but it ended up being a terrible idea. I put the trade on, I went, finished packing, finished loading everything, and by the time I came back to close the trade, we were already over $100 in drawdown on all my accounts, and then I kind of panicked. Long story short, of course, that was the day we had over 200 point sell off. And I ended up getting out right here. Right here at the bottom, we were actually in $15,000 in drawdown. It was bad. It was a bloodbath. But thankfully, we actually were able to get out right here. 4 or 5,000. It's still a big loss, but it's way better than 15. But I didn't even recognize, I wasn't even aware of it, but right here at the bottom, so the email, it's actually kind of funny. The email that I received that I had on my one account, I had exceeded the trailing threshold. The timestamp that I was taken out of the trade was 11:20. Okay. Now look, 11:20 was this bar right here. So I was taken out. That hit the trailing threshold. I don't know exactly where in this bar, but it doesn't really matter. But I thought it was kind of funny that it literally at the bottom, we lost a PA account. I didn't even know it until last night. That's kind of sad. Anyway. Bottom line is I wanted to update that. Now, also with that update, I do basically, these 3 accounts are the accounts that we blew yesterday. And again, I knew trading minis was way more risky and that this was a chance that this could happen. I was aware of it. But I'm still okay. We did bring a lot of accounts kind of back to life with that strategy. So obviously I wish we wouldn't have blown these accounts, but it is what it is. Anyway, we do have 3 eval accounts that are passed. We had to actually passed one when last Friday when I was off. I literally just entered, took along, let it go, and actually passed it. So anyway, we have 3 accounts basically in the chamber that are ready to, I think next week, those will be added to the arsenal. So then technically we'll have 17 accounts. Now, I don't know yet, because Apex has a 90% sale right now. I guess, yeah, I'll just point that out. You can see above. Apex 90% discount sale going on from now until July 6th. So if you've been waiting to get accounts, you've been waiting to get 10, 15, 20 accounts, now is the time. Now is the time that you want to stock up on accounts. The 90% sale is probably not going to get better than that. Anyway, if you want to use my code, that would be great. Support the channel. I really appreciate it. If not, that's fine. Use someone's code, though. Make sure you use someone's code. Okay, so if we look here kind of on our account balances, basically we're hovering, like this is sorted by account balance. So the lowest balance we have is 48,900. But then after that, basically we have some at 49,600, 49,300, 200, in that range. I think on average we're sitting around 49,250, around that. So we're in about $700-800 of drawdown on average per account right now. So I'm going, like, this is a little bit of an update going forward. It does make me a little bit nervous continuing to trade minis. I understand that the risk is going to be a lot higher. And I feel like these accounts are not in a dangerous position anymore as far as we're not like $300, $400, or $500 away from our trailing threshold. We have some wiggle room. We don't need to panic. And the other thing is, obviously, we have all the time in the world to pass these accounts. So I've been contemplating. I know we traded micros on the ES quite a bit when we started this journey. Since then, I've kind of switched to trading NQ. I really like NQ's price action a lot better. And overall, I'm having a lot more success with NQ than I am with ES. So I'm considering switching to micros, not all the time, but using the micros, the NQ micros, a little bit more than I have been, and just try. I'm gonna I'm gonna try and trade the same way. I feel like NQ, the moves that you get on NQ it allows me to have a little bit bigger stop loss and to try and catch a move a little bit better. But I'm not saying we're not going to only trade micros, but I'm going to focus a little bit more on the NQ micros. And if we do that, then I will trade all of my accounts at the same time and not only 3 at a time. So anyway, that's like not a sure thing. That's kind of how I feel right now. We'll see what happens come Monday, but come Monday, we'll probably just take these 2 accounts, the lowest balance, trade the mini like we have been. But when I see a really nice setup that I really like, then I'm also going to take it on the mini NQ and trade all the accounts. So that's kind of my thought process right now. Again, obviously, my goal here is the other thing that we have to keep in mind that I kind of thought of just today was this profit and loss will kind of be skewed. Obviously, when we blow an account, when I blow an account, the profit and loss stays in here, which is, whatever much that is. But obviously, yeah, I don't know how to do that. I'm going to keep it the way it is because even though the blown account is no longer here, and I still think it's fair to have it tracked and have it be part of my profit and loss, because this is basically my funded journey, and we're going to keep that. And hopefully the goal is to get this thing from red to green. But once we get to green, our account balances actually should be a lot higher. Like, anyway, hopefully that makes sense. But okay. But as far as the weeks, I mean, last week we didn't have a terrible week, not a great week either. This week again, just this day here just really ruined everything. And then we had this day we had a really good trading day. And then yesterday, obviously, blowing those 3 accounts wasn't good. We did take the first 3 accounts we took to a $540 profit, which was great. But then we just had 4 straight losses on those next account. And I can't, that's the bad thing with trading minis, taking 4 straight losses, which can happen. It'll happen to anyone. And anyway, that made me, I don't know, I knew the risk going in, but it does kind of point out, hey, this is definitely more risky, trading these minis this way. All right. The other thing I wanted to talk about briefly is the reason for starting this channel a little bit more in depth, or I feel like I need to clarify or some things where I'm not. So when I started this channel, it is to journal and document my journey. And let me rephrase. I feel like a lot of traders, a lot of YouTubers, and a lot of streamers, they are way more polished traders than I am. And they've really spent maybe 2-3 years trading and kind of refining their skill set, and then they go live, and then they go and maybe create a channel, and the objective, I'm not saying this for everyone, but the objective or priority is to showcase their talents and showcase their trading talents. And basically, they want to show that they're a good trader, that they're a consistently profitable trader. And that is all fine. And well, I have nothing against that. I think that's great. But I wanted to point out the differences. That is not why I created my channel. I did not create my channel to showcase that I'm a good trader. I did not create my channel to show people how to trade. That was never my intent. And I don't want to come across or have it presented that I think I'm a great trader. I don't. I mean, you can see I am struggling. I'm not where I want to be with trading sense, and I have to work through that on my own. And I appreciate a lot of people reaching out, suggesting, people saying I shouldn't even be trading. I should be trading paper money, whatever. Fine, that's your opinion. I'm not going to do that. This is a journey, and I look at it this way. A year from now, I want to be able to go back. I want to be able to look back a year from now and see, okay, this is where I was at, and this is where I'm at now. And I want to see, and I want to document that progress. And that means we're going to fail. And I understand that. And I want you guys to understand that as well. That this journey, we're going to have failures. And I'm not going to look at it as a failure. It's a learning opportunity. And it's part of the process. It's part of the journey. And obviously, would I, if I could choose and have an easy button to skip all the pain and just directly go to being consistently profitable, yes, that'd be great. But that's just not reality. It is something that every trader, or I feel like every trader, has to go through. And they have to go through it on their own and figure it out for themselves. You can't, just, hey, if you do what this guy does, then you'll be fine. That is not sustainable. Or, oh, if you just do ICT, I get that comment so many times and I'm getting sick of it. Like, oh, you should just trade ICT. And like, I'm not interested in trading ICT. That's not my thing. I'm just not interested. So I don't know, it's fine. I know most people are just trying to help. And I think nothing against ICT, to be honest. I think he's a great teacher, has some good concepts. Honestly, some of the same that I use. We just call it different things. But I guess, yeah, I wanted to clear that up, where people understand that I am not trying to show you guys how you should trade. I am trying to show you, for me, that, hey, this is where I'm at, and it's a journey to get to where I want to be. And I'm taking you guys along on that journey. And the road is going to get bumpy. We are going to have some sharp curves. We are going to have some uphill battles. And I'm not giving up. Okay? Who knows? This journey might include, we're going to blow the rest of these accounts. We're going to blow all of these accounts. That might happen. I understand that. But we're going to learn from it, and we're not going to quit. I'm going to keep, as long as I am learning. And again, how I learn is different from how you learn or how someone else learns. And I have to do it, and I have to learn this on my own. So sometimes that's painful to watch. I understand that, because, and I truly believe everyone's just trying to help. And it is sometimes it's really difficult to see other people fail when you feel like you have the answer that they need to avoid that pain. It's kind of when you have children, you understand that concept really well. But if you have children, you also understand that sometimes they just have to go through it. Like, you just have to go through the process in order to really learn. And anyway, that's how I feel. I felt like I wanted to share that. The other thing I wanted to share, if you're still watching, great. I guess if you're not watching, then you just were spared. You're going to be spared a little bit of a rant. But this is a little bit, I just want to talk a little bit about transparency. So, and man, I'm not even sure how to say this. I don't want to offend anyone. But being fully transparent is, there's a lot of different levels of transparency. And I don't want to come across that I am the holy grail of being transparent. I try to be as transparent as I possibly can to showcase that there's nothing to hide, or it is what it is. You're going to see the good, bad, and ugly. Now, if I want to make this point. If I had wanted to, and I wanted to create this channel, and I could have, even though I have the same stats as I have now, I could have only shown the good parts, and you would be under the assumption that I'm a good trader. That is kind of what I want to point out. Like, if I would do it like some other YouTubers do, I could just cherry pick which trades I'm showing and uploading and reviewing. And if you would come into this channel, you would be like, wow, he really knows what he's doing. He's a great trader. And then I could try to sell you a course. And I guess the reason I say that is I feel like that is what happens in this industry so much. And people just don't know it. People don't understand that that is so easy to do. And me streaming or trading and doing this YouTube stuff has shown me how would I say? It's shown me why people are doing it that way. And I think also why there's been a little bit of a pushback about, at least to some people, about how transparent I am, because it really makes a big difference if you're trying to sell anything. If you're trying to sell any kind of product, whatever it may be, but if you have an audience and you're trying to sell a product, if you are not showing, if you can show that you're profitable somehow, it doesn't matter how you do it, but if you show that you're profitable, that is what matters. And that is what will sell your product that you're selling. So it's so dangerous to be, because all of a sudden then the money talks. And all of a sudden, if you start showing losses and you start showing and be transparent, and people see, oh, wow, you have a lot more losses than what I thought, and that you usually don't show, and you directly see the correlation between that and your income, is money talks. And I can definitely see that. But anyway, long story, I want to be careful because to each his own. Like if people, if that is their motivation, it bothers me when people proclaim that they're fully transparent, and I can see like there's a lot of holes in their transparency, and that bothers me. And then they also are claiming, hey, sell this course or donate here, or it bothers me. It just does. And maybe it shouldn't, but I just really hate when people are taken advantage of and they're not aware of it. But regardless, this maybe should be a separate video in itself. I have a lot more I could say. I'm not going to. Again, most of the traders that I directly interact with, I have a ton of respect for, and I'm not talking about them. It's just the industry as a whole, and people see how easy it is to make a lot of money. And the biggest thing is they have to show that they are a consistently profitable trader. If they can show that, it doesn't matter how fake it looks, people are going to fall for it, and they're going to sell a lot of courses, and they're going to sell discords and all this different things that they promote and sell. And it's a good way to make an income. So people are going to continue doing it. But you know what? The biggest thing, I guess, is I don't like to come across that I'm worrying and what other people are doing, because I feel like I have enough to worry about for myself. So I feel like I want to warn people, and I see the temptation, and I see why people would do it. I see why people, and why it's tempting to just show your winning trades, to just upload your winning trades, and to present yourself as this consistently profitable trader, when in reality, and again, this comes down to lying to being true to yourself. In reality, you're not. In reality, you're struggling like everyone else, but you're presenting it as, hey, I'm a consistently profitable trader. And anytime someone asks for further clarity, if someone is selling a course, I think it's more than fair if you're selling a course or selling anything, I think, or promoting yourself as consistently profitable, and therefore that's why people should buy this course if they want, like that's kind of how it gets presented. I think it's more than fair to ask that person, hey, do you mind if, share 3 months of profit and loss so we can see that you are consistently profitable before we spend money on this or this course. And I've found, as I've done that, I've asked people, I've asked people just for their response. But 9 times out of 10, those people will either just outright ban you, or they'll talk down to you as if, oh, really? And they'll basically present it as you'll always be a loser if that's the only thing you're focused on, as if like the profit and loss would not matter. Anyway, those are some serious red flags that I've had in this industry that really annoy me. But again, I have enough to worry about on my own, obviously. But anyway, that I just wanted to get that off my chest. If you're still watching, anyway, I appreciate everyone here. Appreciate all the support. Thanks for tuning in. And wow, this is already 26 minutes long. I apologize. This is going way longer than I thought it would. So I'm going to cut it off here. And again, thank you, everyone. And we will catch you guys Monday's live stream. And we'll do this all over again next week. All right. Take care. God bless. And everyone have a great rest of your weekend.